Al, that was good and snooty.
Yeah?
I like those plaintive songs. Here's another one of the same genre or type. Don't know why there's no sun in the sky, stormy weather.
Oscar, wait. The way you sing it, you'll bring back another hailstorm. Now, look, let Papa Al show you how it goes. Just give me a little of it, will you, son? Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. Since my gal and I ain't together, it's raining all the time. It's raining all the time. You know, I like that song so much, I don't want to use it up now. I think I'll save some of it for next week.
You're in a fragmentary mood. Sing something you don't like, and maybe you'll finish it.
All right. Songs is the most thing I've got of.
Except money.
Well, Oscar, look. The song I'm going to sing now has a little message to it.
Well, cut it down to 10 words and send it.
I'm serious. It's called Keep Smiling at Trouble. And I'd like to have you play it with me. When you've learned that life is what you make it, then you know the secret of it all. Find your share of a happiness and take it. Make life a song as you go along. Keep smiling at trouble, for trouble's a bubble, and bubbles will soon go away. With never a sadness and never a gladness, we'd weary of life in a day. Be like the violets that goes 'neath a pale winter snow. They bravely wait till it's May. Keep smiling at trouble, for trouble's a bubble, and bubbles will soon blow away.
Mr. Jolson, I've been hearing your program week after week. I've heard you sing and I've heard you act.
You hear me every week, Mr. Laughton?
Yes, and finally I decided to come over here and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Take that song you just sang, Keep Smiling at Trouble.
Yeah, well, that's a great philosophy for everybody. Keep smiling at trouble.
Oh, yes? A man is fired from his job, comes home, finds his wife has broken her leg, his child has whooping cough, his house is on fire, so he just stands there and goes...
Gee, Charlie, that's really a wonderful piece of acting.
Oh.
There are only two Charles Laughtons, and you're both of them.
Mr. Jolson, I take that as a double affront. I came over here as your friend to try and help you.
Thank you, Charlie, but honestly, I don't need any help. I've got the Kraft Music Hall, and I've got a very successful picture that's playing.
Al, that's what puzzles me. On the radio, your diction has a lack of quality that is peculiarly its own.
Mm-hmm.
But in your picture, your acting was brilliant. Marvelous. You acted like a different man.
I was.
You mean that you didn't appear in the picture?
Well, let us just say I used a double in the dangerous parts.
And I think with my assistance, we can take the kinks out of your acting.
Charlie, look, you may criticize my acting, but I'll tell you one thing. The kids in the army camps didn't seem to mind it a bit.
Oh, yes, Al. I remember hearing about the fine work your USO unit did at Valley Forge.
Charlie, for your information, I'm not that old. It was Fort Sumter. Right in the middle of my act, they fired the first shot.
I'll admit, Al, you've made something of a success of yourself. I remember when you came to England and played the music hall.
Mm-hmm.
I sat in the gallery, old boy, poor urchin.
Yes.
When I heard you sing and watched you act, I said to myself, this man is a great star in America. I must go there. They take anybody.
Well, it wasn't too easy for me, Charlie. I started out doing small parts with the Irish alley players.
Irish Abbey players, not alley.
Don't tell me where we played.
Al, you have never acted unless you have played Shakespeare. For example, did you ever know the thrill of playing the balcony scene?
Why, Charlie, the first important job I had in the theater was singing from a balcony.
I am speaking of William Shakespeare, not Jake Schubert. The scene is Capulet's orchard, and Romeo enters. He jests at scars that never felt a wound, but soft. What light at yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
No, Charlie.
No?
That ain't the way that it's supposed to go, you know. Now, listen to me. He jests at scars that never felt a wound, but soft. Oh, so soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east. It is the east. I like that, and I think I'll do it again. It is the east. And Juliet is the sun. You see, Charlie?
Well, you must be correct, Al, because when Shakespeare wrote it, he probably had you in mind for the part.
Now, Charlie, if you really want to learn something from me, listen to this love scene I did in one of my musical shows just a few years ago. It went something like this. Come to me, baby. I love you. Stop blowing that bubble gum and let us have a little smooching. There, Charlie. You're so good. Let's see you do a little scene like that.
I shall do my level best. Come to me, baby. I love you. Stop blowing that bubble gum. Let's have a little smooching. Mr. Hitchcock, forgive me. What's the use, Mr. Jolson? No one can teach you how to act. You will never be anything more than a millionaire.
Mr. Laughton.
Yes?
Mr. Laughton, I'm Oscar Levant.
That's quite all right, old boy. You can live that down.
Charlie, look, don't pick on my old pal Oscar. He's a great piano player and a famous wit.
Really, a wit, huh? What have you said lately that's worth repeating?
I said my name was Oscar Levant.
Hardly worth repeating?
This guy's nastier than I am.
Oscar, look, don't let Charlie upset you. He's a little sarcastic at first, but after a while he grows on you.
I wouldn't like that. I'd have to have all my clothes altered.
I'm sorry if I have appeared presumptuous, Oscar. I was just giving Mr. Jolson a few pointers on acting. I dare say I could do the same for you.
I'm always willing, nay eager, to learn. I like that. I'll repeat it. I am nay eager to learn. What do you charge?
£2, 6 shillings, 1 tuppence, and a halfpenny.
How much is that, Charlie?
I haven't the slightest idea, old boy. Oscar, the last time I saw you was in London. I think you attended the cricket matches.
Oh, yes. I saw several cricket games.
Say, how do they train those little bugs to play tennis?
Al, they get them while they're very young.
I see.
But, Charles, I don't really think you can teach Al anything. After all, he's an individual personality, and no one can take his place.
No one but me.
Now, wait a minute, Charlie. I know you're a fine actor, but you just can't sing like me.
We shall see. Oscar, noodle something for old Asa Lawton.
Gee, singers come and go in this place.
Swanee, Swanee, how I love you, how I love you, my dear old Swanee.
Having a little Valentine party this weekend, remember this trick for your sandwich tray. Cut slices of bread with a heart-shaped cookie cutter and top them generously with various kinds of Kraft cheese spreads. Kraft pimento, olive pimento, and Kraft relish spread, for instance. Then, along with your heart-shaped sandwiches, you might have celery stalks stuffed with Kraft zestful roca spread. Now, there's an easy, really elegant sandwich tray for a party. However, if you're not having a Valentine party, but do have a he-man Valentine at your house who likes a good sandwich or snack, let me recommend Kraft Limburger spread on rye, or Golden Old English, or tantalizing Smoke L. He'll like those. So will his friends. Kraft cheese spreads are the quality cheese spreads. Delicious and wholesome for lunchtime sandwiches, too. When you shop tomorrow, get several of these handy Kraft cheese spreads packed in reusable posy pattern glasses.
Folks, there are moments of life that we never forget, which brighten and brighten as time steals away. You know, a man's finest possession is his memory. In nothing else is he rich. In nothing else is he poor. And the song I'm about to sing tells really a beautiful story. Memories, dreams of love so true. All the sea of a memory, I'm a-drifting back to you. Childhood days, wildwood days, among the birds and the bees. You left me alone, but still you're my own. In my beautiful memories. Dreams of love so true. You left me alone, but still you're my own. In my beautiful Good night, everybody.
Charles Laughton and Kermit Seen and David O. Selfridge production of Faradine Case. Tune in again next Thursday for the Kraft Music Hall, starring Al Jolson with Oscar Levant, Lou Bring and his orchestra and chorus, and our special guest, Charles Boyer. This is Ken Carpenter saying good night. Stay tuned into this station here, Jack Carson with Eve Arden, who follow immediately. Also, tune in the Great Gildersleeve next Wednesday on this network. Remember, next Thursday's guest on Kraft Music Hall will be Charles Boyer.
You'll be pleased when you discover how much extra flavor can be added to your leftovers if you use one of the Kraft prepared mustards. There's Kraft salad mustard for those who like a mild, delicately spiced mustard, and mustard with horseradish added for those who like a snappy, tangy flavor. Try them both. Treat your family to food zestfully flavored with Kraft's prepared mustards.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.